You clicked on this video because you wanted to know the decision that changed my life immediately and what could possibly help change yours. I have a story to tell, and I'm here to give you that answer. But before I do, I want to let you know that you won't be the same. Okay, back to the matter at hand. There came a point in my life that I could not foresee what was about to take place, which then turned into undoubtedly the decision that changed my life immediately. And no, it was not me jumping into the tropical waters at the beginning of the video, but it was me taking a leap of faith to move to Thailand, leaving everything and everyone I knew behind.
This is me post balling my eyes out. And time is finally here. Leave tomorrow morning. You fly to LA. There for a day, staging. And then we off to Korea. And then Thailand.
Yeah. You ready?
And just like that, I was gone. For the sake of serving my country for 2 years through the Peace Corps. As fun as that may sound, my mind had shifted after not hearing back after applying 8 months prior. I didn't think it would be the best decision or the decision that would change my life immediately. I was getting ready to head to graduate school after an internship I had in Washington, D.C. To me, I thought that was the dream and in a sense my next leap of faith. But I was wrong. God spoke to me without me having any backup plan or money to live off of to weather any change of direction. And he said, no. As much as I was trying to make excuses for other things he might be saying no to, I didn't stop hearing the word until I made these 2 phone calls. One to the university that I already enrolled into, and another one to my mom who came out of pocket to help me lease off-campus housing. Both ended the way you would expect. And remember, I'm moving on faith because Thailand was still not an option at this point. All I had was no, and no other yeses. But I realized that all God wanted from me was trust and belief in knowing that He would direct my path. I cannot make this up and tell you that only a few days passed by until I received an email saying, "Congratulations, you've been invited to serve as a volunteer in Thailand." At that moment, I jumped up and down in my dorm with my girlfriend at the time, celebrating the fact that my no was really a yes, and now it's time to leap to the other side of the world. Just a side note, that relationship ended as a byproduct of my decision. We'll get back to that later. What I'm telling you is that the only way to become the you that you're supposed to be is to take the leaps of faith that are destined along your path. But what does it mean to leap anyway? You may be asking. To leap means to spring a long way to a great height or with great force. By definition, this is not an easy task, and doing so requires a high level of faith, because before most leaps, the person doing the jumping will want to know three things: the starting point, the potential risk of me taking this leap in, how it will be when I land. But only two of these things can be humanly calculated. Unfortunately, how you land will never be up to you. It could only be foreshadowed by faith in one's belief in knowing that the best you always comes after the landing. But I'd be lying to you if I were to say that I did not doubt that statement. If you were to walk up to the average 23-year-old and tell them, hey, I have an opportunity of a lifetime for you, and all you have to do to receive it, turn down your scholarship, don't go to graduate school, know that the relationship that you've been in for a year will end, get rid of your car, say goodbye to your family and lifelong friends, some of them for good, without the possibility of knowing if you're going to return back home for 2 years, which is the duration of my service. Be okay with missing your little brother's basketball games and little sister's cheerleading competitions. Go to a different country not knowing the language or culture. Live with host families, which will replicate your real one. Teach students life skills plus English when you have never been a teacher in your home country. Live in the village below your means, equivalent to the villagers around you. And the only assurance that you have is that this decision will change your life immediately. Not knowing if that means it's for better or for worse. I can tell you now that most 23-year-olds would probably turn that down, and I don't blame them. I almost did, but I'm glad I didn't. This is not to say that your leap of faith requires you to move to another country on the opposite side of the world. And I must say that that alone does not make me special. Your leap may be asking your boss, who you've been working for 5 years, for a raise. Getting rid of social media to focus more on learning a new skill or trade. Saving money to enroll in courses to get your CDL or real estate license. Or even removing yourself from toxic friends or relationships. I'm sure you get the point by now. Everybody's leap of faith is different, and nobody else's journey is better than yours. Remember when I said that the best you always comes after the landing? Remember when I said that the best you always comes after you take that leap of faith? And how that decision will change your life immediately? It's been a year since I've been in Thailand now, and I can say that I wouldn't be the man I am today, let alone I wouldn't be able to make this video if I didn't get on that plane on January 17th, 2023. Because of that decision, I found a new language that connected me past barriers of being a foreigner and being accepted as one. I found multiple Thai host families who treated me like their own. I found a passion and love for teaching and showing up for kids who only care that I'm in their presence. I found contentment with living living simply without luxury in a village amongst locals. I found a culture that reminded me of the value and the importance of family, and that having a smile and being kind to one another should not be performative to appear good, but should be done out of basic human decency. This, amongst other things, is what I found was on the other side of your leap.